I was kind of digging down to see how things were doing. As you can see, it is moist in here. And I've definitely stacked it up high, which I feel like is fine for anything that actually wants to live and to kill off the grass. So, look, that ain't seem to stop certain things from popping up. There's a flower, hyacinth. However you say that. Hi, baby. So, it's not as thick in other places. So I figure as it starts to heat up, that'll accelerate some of this. You know what? I didn't cover this whole back up. That'll accelerate some of the breakdown, especially with the worms leaving them their little cells in and out. So they got plenty of work to do. You see, it's got leaves and stuff in there too, and whatever grass is covered up, that'll be on the bottom. So, yeah. Now I don't know if there's any hope left for this sugar cane. So might just replace that and try it again against the house this time to help insulate it in the winter. And with that, what am I saying? I do have like some citrus trees kind of closer to the house that are still, green and stuff, so they're doing okay. So I'm thinking I'll try again with the sugar cane and just have it up against the house to see if that'll help be enough of a buffer to keep it warm. So, thinking, so you have like, and I have a couple more olive trees on the way. So I'll put one kind of over here ish, probably maybe on this side, and then have like, because the olive tree is doing fine. So I'm thinking since it's so cold hardy, I can put them a little bit further away from the house and then do a citrus row up against here. So as olive trees grow in, they'll provide some shelter and insulation, if you will, for the citrus trees. Like this one's still kicking. It like gets the leaves stripped off of it every so often, but they keep growing back. So I don't feel like there's any real reason to be concerned thus far. Even this poor, unfortunate looking kumquat is still kicking. This part's probably going to be pruned off, but trunk is still green. So the trunk is still green, so that gives me. So I clearly didn't cover it, but I did put down like so much mulch, which is supposed to absorb heat in the daytime and then release it at night to help create a microclimate. So, and we've got my tree collards, which are not receiving any more protection at this point. When I first put them in, I did have them covered in little greenhouses, if you will. This one actually came as a smaller plant, so it's doing a lot more right now than the other. But this one came as a cutting. I started it directly in the ground, just kind of stabbed a hole in there and shoved it in. Then I top dressed it with some worm castings and what is that? Coffee grounds. And I just dropped in etc. eggshells and stuff around it. So like when the worms come up at night, they can have a little nibble to speed this process along. This one's done pretty good too over here. See the eggshells. So when it rains, the coffee grounds kind of get worked in without me having to like really dig. And there's the rhubarb, one of them. This rhubarb is planted directly into this mulch, and it's still alive. I think I planted originally 7, and so far it looks like I have one casualty. The others are doing pretty well, so I think they'll just keep at it. So I just keep adding um, coffee grounds and stuff to offset so much carbon. So let's see what's going on over here. Okay. Added some more leaves and mulch or whatever. But towards the bottom of the pile that I got, it's a lot more leaves, which is great just because it should break down a lot faster and have some good nutrition for spring. The warm time is soon upon us. This is planted directly into these leaves and wood chippings, bark, if you will. Oh, it's still tree clippings, so whatever. From a tree trimming company. This one is doing the best thus far. I'm not sure if this root cutting was just larger, so of course it would be like a larger plant when it popped up. But it's doing well, and I have it, and right now it's getting full sun. Um, because this tree, maple, coral bark maple, I planted it kind of behind, is not leafing right now because it's winter. So I'm not too sure how this rhubarb will do in the summer once there are leaves on this tree. It's still a small tree right now, but eventually it should be up to 15 feet, which will put that little rhubarb in full shade um, in the summers. Now, I've seen different opinions on this. People say full sun, full sun, full sun. But there's people say in the south, it's like too hot for them to suffer through that type of heat in the summer. So I'm thinking, they'll, I'll get like my crop in the early part of the season, and then, during the actual heat of the season, they'll have the leaves from the tree and these are raspberry bushes, and from the raspberry bushes will provide some cover so they won't get burned and scorched up. There's another little squiggle, so they're doing pretty good. So I feel like another part of why I'm even trying this diet, like just planting directly into the mulch and leaves thing, is just so I don't have to break the ground with so the no dig thing. Um, and yes, the plants right now are, just really establishing their root systems more than anything. It should have some pretty good roots established before it starts really getting hot. So at that point, um, the mulch should be breaking down at a quicker pace. The worms should be getting, real hype for the warmth and eating double time. Those are chives, I think. I don't know. It took them forever to pop up. Sometimes when I just really come out here and broadcast stuff and I don't label because if I'm throwing stuff all over hill and back, I'm not going to make 75 million labels. I just had to really get to the point where I can recognize everything by sight. So it's a work in progress. Okay. She's supposed to be sugarcane lane. but I don't think most of the sugar cane survived. And then definitely getting a mixed result, mixed advice on whether sugarcane can survive these winters. But I'm not sure if it's the cold that took them, or if it's just because the clay is just so heavy and devoid of air, so suffocation could have been it. I don't know, but this is the first year that I've just mulched heavily, adding in a lot more stuff to just break up the ground, like with the horseradish and stuff. Um, and the wonton should be up on us soon. So if you want to keep up with it, get more little tours and see what's up, be sure to like and subscribe. Talk to you next time on Home is a Jungle, where we're growing stuff.